Star Citizen Alpha 4.8 introduced a ton of new content, new missions, new locations, and of course, a whole new collection of bugs, weird mechanics, and hidden tricks that the game never properly explains to you. Some of these can waste hours of your time, cost you a lot of Alpha UEC, or completely ruin your missions if you are not careful. So in today's video, I am going to share 10 important tips and tricks that could genuinely save your backside in Star Citizen Alpha 4.8. Whether you're running deliveries, grinding reputation, fighting Vanduul, or simply trying to stop the game from eating your ships and equipment, these are things that I wished I had known earlier, so let's get started. If you are doing the Vanduul tech smuggler mission in Alpha 4.8, there is a trick that can save your life. Instead of flying directly to the auxiliary station with your ship, take the elevator to go to a local hangar and call the hoverbike to approach the objective. Doing this suppresses the chances of getting detected by the Vanduul fighters patrolling the area. But there's one important detail. Do not use the passenger seat of the Dragonfly. For some reason, it is going to completely ruin the experience of the passenger. He will be bugged, he will not be able to do anything, and the only option is going to be able to log out and log in, and hopefully he will not stay on that passenger seat. What makes this even funnier, however, is that if you're confident enough, you can actually fight the Vanduul on the bike. Watching players dogfight alien fighters while riding a tiny hoverbike in the area around the asteroid field is one of the most ridiculous and entertaining things I have ever seen in Star Citizen. If you own the MISC Starlite, pay attention to your fuel tanks before you log out. Right now, in Star Citizen Alpha 4.8, players are reporting that fuel sorted inside the Starlite's tanks can disappear after leaving the game. That means if you spend time and money refueling other players or collecting fuel reserves, you may come back later and discover everything is gone. Until this gets fixed, the safest strategy is to use or transfer all of your fuel before ending your session. This is frustrating, especially for players trying to make money through refueling gameplay, but it is much better than using an entire load of fuel for free. Delivery players need to be extremely careful around Platinum Bay locations. If you land too close to its pads, the game can actually automatically store your ship without any warning, and you can only retrieve extra small size ships, meaning that it's going to be impossible to retrieve any ship bigger than the Pisces, for example. This is really a problem because everything inside is going to disappear, including your cargo, your loot, and your delivery boxes. A lot of players have lost mission progress this way, so the safer solution is simple. Park further away and walk or use a ground vehicle to reach the terminal instead of landing directly beside it. Yes, you should absolutely feed Wikelo the first time because it unlocks access to his missions and services. But after that though, the very hungry missions is mostly a waste of time. Despite how much effort it takes, the mission currently gives no reputation gains, and most of the rewards are old IEE clothing items, basic weapons, ammo, and random loot you could buy cheaply in normal shops anyway. If you are completely broke and desperate for starter gear, it can still help a little bit, but if you are expecting rare rewards or valuable progression, you are probably going to be disappointed. Hand mining in Star Citizen can be painfully slow, especially compared to how much free loot now exists in distribution centers. Instead of spending ages searching for rocks, just loot the crates inside these facilities. You can regularly find valuable crafting materials and mission resources there, including the exact minerals required for Shubin missions. Some of these resources even spawn in high-quality variants, meaning they are useful for crafting as well. In many cases, looting is faster, safer, and far more profitable than traditional hand mining. A lot of players assume that every mission in Star Citizen can simply be shared with the party. That is not true in Alpha 4.8. While testing Intersect mission in Nyx, we discovered that certain missions simply refuse to share correctly. The Save the Tranquility mission was one example. Only the group leader officially had access to the mission objectives, while the rest of us could only participate as backup support or turret gunner, but we did not officially join the mission. So before planning an entire session around a friend's reputation grind, remember that some missions are still locked to the player who accepted them unless you have the same reputation level. The reputation system in Star Citizen is currently extremely confusing. Some factions even have two completely separate progression columns that do not always seem to behave logically. You can sometimes increase one reputation track without significantly improving the other, even though both belong to the same faction. It honestly feels unfinished and inconsistent at the moment. The best strategy right now is simple: grind both columns whenever possible. Even if the system looks strange, doing this still gives access to the better missions and rewards overall on the long run. In Star Citizen Alpha 4.8, your ASOP terminal can quickly become a graveyard full of abandoned or bugged ships. Thankfully, Star Citizen actually includes a way to clean them up. At the top of the ASOP terminal menu, there is a button showing local ships. Clicking it opens a list of vessels currently stalled in the area, and from there you can scrap unwanted ships directly. A lot of players do not even know that this feature exists, but it is incredibly useful for managing cluttered terminals and removing broken ships from your list. Another issue related to delivery missions is the fact that the game seems to mess up pickup and delivery locations. This is especially annoying if you take multiple missions at once, thinking you would be able to manage your routes so that you could optimize your time as much as possible, only to realize that the place you're supposed to pick up a package is where you need to drop it off. That is why I cannot recommend enough to always double check the pickup and drop off locations in your mobiGlas after accepting a mission, and then plan your route if you want to avoid any unfortunate surprises. Delivery boxes get stuck on cargo grids in Star Citizen. Sometimes they become completely uninteractable and appear impossible to move. Thankfully, there is a simple workaround. Just pull out your tractor beam and aim at the box. In many cases, the carry interaction prompt will suddenly reappear, allowing you to grab the box normally again. It sounds rather silly, but this tiny trick can save entire delivery missions from being ruined by one bugged package. So, these were 10 useful tips and tricks that can hopefully save you a lot of frustration in Star Citizen Alpha 4.8. Some of these mechanics honestly feel unfinished, some are probably bugs, others are just strange design decisions, but knowing about them ahead of time can make your experience much smoother. If you have discovered any other useful tricks, hidden mechanics, or ridiculous bugs in 4.8, definitely share them down below in the comment section, because there's a good chance they might help somebody else as well. That's it for our video, guys. Don't forget to check out our giveaway. You'll have all the details in the pinned comment. A big shout out to my Patreon and YouTube members, including Dr. Forbin, Sokar Tassisius, The Key to Ducker, Shadow Rise, and Zero Crusher. If you enjoy the content, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Really helps the channel a lot. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.